Euphoria Season 3 just ended, and HBO delivered one of the most emotionally devastating, beautifully crafted finales in recent television history. Rue Bennett is dead. Ollie got his revenge. Cassie is converting her dead husband's mansion into an OnlyFans hype house. And the final image of Rue smiling at a dinner table with an empty chair will stay with you for a very long time. If you haven't watched yet, massive spoiler warning, because we're breaking down everything that happened in the Season 3 finale of Euphoria right now. Let's start with the biggest moment. Rue Bennett, played by Zendaya, dies before the episode's midpoint. Let that sink in. The main character of Euphoria, the person this entire show has been built around for 3 seasons, dies halfway through the finale. Zendaya is gone before the episode is even over. That's a bold, devastating, brilliant storytelling choice. Here's how it happens. Rue manages to escape from Laurie's compound after being betrayed by Faye in the final moments of episode 7. She almost makes it out completely, but one of Laurie's henchmen grabs her. She's saved by G, played by Marshawn Lynch, who kills the assailant and drives her away. Meanwhile, the DEA raids Laurie's ranch. Laurie chooses to hang herself rather than be arrested, and Alamo's crew escapes. Alamo, the drug kingpin who's been using Rue as a mule, praises her afterward. He calls her Employee of the Year and assesses her injuries. And then he does something that, in retrospect, is clearly calculated. He offers her a bottle of Percocet, telling her, "That's for the physical pain, not that shit up in your head." He seems to be giving her permission to use, but he's actually setting her up. Sitting with Ollie, Rue enters a manic state after seeing a news report that Fezco has escaped from prison using parkour. She races to find him, breaking through a police barricade to get into her house. And once there, she sees a vision of her mother, Leslie, outstretching her hand to greet her. It's a beautiful image, and it's the fantasy of a dying woman. Sometime later, Ollie finds Rue dead on his couch. He discovers the pills, tests them for fentanyl, and when the test comes back positive, he pounds the counter with his fist. Then he calls Leslie to tell her the news. Rue is gone, and the Percocet that Alamo gave her was laced with fentanyl. He killed her, which means Ollie has a reason to go to war. Ollie's storyline in this finale is absolutely stunning. In a bravura acting scene, we see Ollie at a group meeting telling the group he picked up a drink while grieving a friend. He says he no longer wants to be part of the program. It isn't serving him. "I'm going to find another way to be of better service," he says. And then we see him sawing off a shotgun. Ollie goes to Alamo's club to confront the man who killed Rue. Alamo, slippery as always, puts Maddie between himself and Ollie's gun, correctly calculating that Alamo won't shoot an innocent bystander. Alamo sets up a duel with a champagne bottle rolling down the bar as the signal to draw. When Lexi asks Cassie about the unsolved mystery of Nate's disappearance, because remember, Cassie knows what happened to Nate, Cassie simply says, "I don't like to think about it." She's not grieving publicly, she's not confessing, she's just converting the dead husband's mansion into an OnlyFans hype house. And the final image of Cassie is devastating in a different way than Rue's death. She's sitting on the bed she once shared with Nate, backlit by her ring light for OnlyFans videos. She stops herself from weeping but can't quite manage it. We hear her gulp as a tear runs down her cheek while she looks at a photo of herself and her late husband. And then the camera pulls back to reveal she's living in a kind of dollhouse, still performing even in her private grief. Cassie has built a public persona to hide behind, and even when no one is watching, she can't stop performing. That's both a tragic character study and a commentary on social media culture that Euphoria has been building toward all season. Jules, played by Hunter Schafer, gets a brief but meaningful moment. We see her painting a portrait of Rue, processing grief through art, moving forward. And the finale ends with one of the most beautiful sequences Euphoria has ever produced. Ollie visits the farmhouse where Rue stayed while crossing the Mexico-US border as a drug mule. The family who sheltered her remembers her fondly. Ollie tells them she's in a better place. They pray together before a meal, with a seat at the table left empty for Rue. "May God bless us all," Rue says in voiceover, and the story of her too short life comes to a close. But in that final image, smiling at a dinner table with people who loved her, with an empty chair that everyone around her fills with memory and grief, Rue gets something like peace. Season 3 of Euphoria wasn't perfect, but this finale is, and that last smile from Zendaya will break your heart and heal it at the same time. May God bless us all, indeed.